Here we go. Anthony Henry and Cain Justice. I mean, to me, this is a loaded lineup, Jesse, but
I am excited for this one.
Absolutely. I mean, personally, other than maybe our main event for the Powerbomb.tv Independent Championship between Tracy Williams and Eric Rowe, this might be the match I most anticipate on this show. We've got Cain Justice, a 2018 Scenic City Invitational entrant, a guy who did lose to Fred Yehai back at our first show, but put up a heck of a fight up against Anthony Henry, a man that a lot of people think, no disrespect to Gunnar Miller, he may be Mr. Scenic City, but a lot of people see Anthony Henry as Mr. SCI in a lot of ways. A guy who's stolen the show year after year, comes so close to winning that tournament. Won't be with us this year, unfortunately, but somebody that, to me, in my mind, is synonymous with that tournament in a lot of ways. This is a big-time opportunity for Cain to say, hey, I'm in the field this year, I've been running my mouth on Twitter, and I'm going to show you that I belong, and I can maybe take that mantle from you this year. Huge opportunity, and also a massive opportunity here in Action Wrestling, and these guys can both grapple. That is going to be the story of this match. Anthony Henry, of course, a former MMA fighter, and Cain Justice, judo trained, known for his grappling style in CWF Mid-Atlantic, Nova Pro, and elsewhere. Look at that, going straight for that knee bar variation. Going to be interesting to see who wins that battle on the ground.
We're maybe 2 minutes into this, and these guys have already put on clean.
Absolutely. I mean, this is like watching two bad dudes roll at a dojo. You know, I mean, that's really what this is. Be interesting to see who explodes first. Both of these guys are very hot-headed.
Yes, they are.
I mean, I would say they're in the upper percentage of hot-headed guys on the independent wrestling scene today. And this is a match that can have long-term implications as well. Here at Action Wrestling, you know, who knows what's going to happen. I've heard some rumors about maybe having a championship belt come down the pike here sooner rather than later. We've also got that Powerbomb.tv Independent Championship that's being defended here tonight. Anytime you're watching a Powerbomb.tv broadcast, there's always a situation where you could be looking at long-term implications regarding that title. So this matchup has big-time ramifications beyond just the trash talk we've seen all week with these two guys on Twitter.
Dylan, leading up to today, I've watched a lot of wrestling. A lot of wrestling. Specifically, Cain Justice matches and Anthony Henry matches. And I'm going to go back a minute, and I'm going to say Scenic City Invitational 2016. This is something that everybody who wrestles Anthony Henry has to watch out for. His drop kicks.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Those flurry drop kicks. He can throw them in the ring. He can throw them on the floor.
He can.
We've seen him from every angle.
Absolutely destroyed Leo Rush.
And right now we saw Cain slip trying to get onto the apron. Now he's, showing
kick pads and no shoes.
Showing he can make it there. But this crowd really getting into his head, I think, a little bit. Maybe, or maybe he's playing a mind game. Maybe
he's playing dumb.
Anthony Henry's got a lot more years in this business than Cain Justice does.
Slipped off the ropes.
Well,
it's not for everyone.
It isn't, but I do wonder a little bit because I've seen this guy. He is only a couple years in the wrestling business, but he is a very, very wise wrestler. And I wonder if this is not a tactic that we used to see for years and years out of the late Buddy Rose, where he would be in there with a guy that maybe was a little bit of a better athlete, maybe had a little bit more experience, maybe was sharper, better looking in some ways, and he would play the fool a little bit to draw them in, and that's when he would attack. But right now, that doesn't look like what's going on, because that was an excellent takeover and straight into that wrist lock, folds them up, full control of that wrist. That's huge, that wrist control, and stomping on the hand of Cain Justice.
If you're looking for something to watch for in this match, watch for joint manipulation, because you're going to see a lot of it.
Yeah, we're seeing some right there. Look how he's got that applied. He's got a hold of that knee.
But look at Anthony Henry just snake his way through.
Excellent technique, and that.
I bet Cain wish he hadn't.
That is where Anthony Henry's going to have the advantage with the strikes. I mean, grappling, Anthony's more experienced, but Cain's awfully good at it. But striking, I really feel like, is where Anthony Henry does have the clear advantage over Cain Justice.
I'll agree with that.
Normally I would say breaking the rules would be Cain's advantage, but Anthony's been known to bend them. As I say that, nice crossface applied, rolls through, tries to escape.
Anthony's trying to fight out. He's about to bite him.
Look at that. He's staying on that wrist control I talked about. Very, very smart professional wrestling. Absolutely really, really thinking about what he's doing with every movement, with every motion. That was a sort of a hip. Going for that twist ending. That's a move for a lot of people now.
Ankle lock. He scrambled to the ropes.
Yeah, he almost. Cain didn't know whether to go over or under that rope. He just was trying to get to it.
He wanted as far away from Anthony Henry as he could get.
But he went for that twist ending, and that particular submission is I don't know if I've seen anybody break it anywhere. He gets you in that top position when you're seated, comes up over you the full weight of his body. It's not quite a Fujiwara armbar. It's difficult to compare it to really anything. What I do know is that it's extremely difficult to defend against, and very few people have had any luck with it. Anthony Henry was able to escape the positioning there, but still had to flee for that ankle lock.
The theme of the night really has just been unorthodox styles, and this really fits in perfectly. I mean, not your traditional professional wrestling styles. Oh my God! I wish you could have heard that here.
And there's the flurry. There's the flurry. Man, if he had stuck with it, that could have been borderline ref stoppage. He's ripping that shirt off now.
Disrespect.
God.
Oh, no.
Both of these guys, stalwarts in the North Carolina scene, I should add. Cain Justice had a CWF Mid-Atlantic. Anthony Henry, a former PWX champion. But Anthony Henry really is a Georgia guy. He's out of Augusta, so this is a little bit more of a home field advantage for him.
It's true.
Pillar to post. I need to be quiet for this one, Jesse.
Oh my God.
I don't know if it's nice to laugh at the misfortune of others, but
I don't know what else to do.
He just lit him up.
He's trying to just collapse Cain's chest. Cain begging for mercy.
Came with a nice targeted blow. Legal but low. Look at the chest of Cain Justice, though. My God.
Just discolored.
Hey.
Return of the favor.
Very impressive. Nice impact there on that chop. That'll take your wind. Anthony Henry's a guy with great cardio. Every one of those chops is like chipping away at that cardio piece by piece, up and over. Cain follows. Nice cross body.
Great cross body.
Look at this flurry. Look at this flurry.
Gotta watch those feet. Right. Oh my God, they look like right on the jaw.
Look like Yamazaki or Takada here from a UWFI match in the 90s.
I've been seeing Anthony tweet. He's been talking about what he should watch, taking suggestions, and it looks like it's paid off.
He loves that shoot style, and you can see it in his work, what he does in that ring, up and over. Skins the cat.
Brings Cain Justice over into the outside.
Absolutely incredible.
Almost in Papa Hill's lap.
Yeah, almost took my old man out there. I can see my mom. She's shifting a little bit in her seat. Anthony Henry put together an excellent flurry. Cain Justice looks winded and confused. I don't think he saw that coming at all. Runs away. But
may have been the smartest thing he's done so far.
Yeah, but he's keeping his back to the ring, and that's a mistake. Grabs a hold. Drops him down. Big forearm there.
It wasn't fast enough for Anthony Henry.
We saw a lot of that Cain Justice and Fred Yehi match took place on the floor at our first event. And really, Cain was able to utilize these unusual ring posts to his advantage for fleeing here to this corner. He's over in this corner here with his fan section, the Millers. John Miller, Cain Justice super fan, sitting over here by us.
Oh, it just drove Anthony's head right into the apron.
Yeah, he caught him. I mean, Cain really has been able to use the Florida's advantage here so far in action in both of these matches to a degree. But as I say that...
Telling your old man to move.
As I say that... Oh, my God.
No. Oh.
Blocks it. Cain blocks it. That whole first row is in peril. Really, the second row, too. Oh, my God. Oh, my God. Oh! Exploder suplex.
That's sick.
The entire... front row just obliterated. Cain Justice on the ground. Referee Daryl Hall, great referee, but he has lost control of this one, if I may say so myself. I mean, there's really nothing else to say about it. This happens a lot in these Anthony Henry matches, though. He's
gearing up.
Cain blocks it.
Scouted it.
Puts him up.
Oh! Anthony Henry is such a smart wrestler. He's able to protect the back of his head.
Absolutely brutal impact. Cain now throwing these chairs that he was just thrown into and this is going to be a big test. I can venture to guess the fans at home can hear me getting a little bit more excited as this goes on. As I realize we're watching a fight now.
This is everything I expected.
It's no longer a wrestling match, Jesse.
Oh no!
It isn't. I mean, these are guys they're in there fighting now. They're doing everything they can to inflict maximum amounts of punishment on their opponent. Cain up there fighting through. I mean, this could go either way. I mean, I would not be surprised to see Anthony Henry get suplexed to the floor the way this has gone.
Oh, 100%. Both of these men are just out to end each other at this point.
Cain grabbed the hold on. He's using that ring post again. He did that against Fred Yehai.
Very smart.
And he's doing it again. Those unusual ring posts. That's 2 times here at Action Wrestling that Cain Justice has leaned heavy on the ring, on his surroundings. And let me tell you something. This is the guy just a couple years into the professional wrestling business. I don't even know if he's had 100 matches in his career. And to have the wherewithal and to be smart enough to formulate that sort of strategy, luring Anthony Henry into his world and setting him up potentially for that big twist ending, that is incredibly smart pro wrestling. Again, I said this earlier, you do not have to like the tactic, but you have to respect the acumen, especially for a guy who is this new to the sport of pro wrestling.
I hate to correct you, but that might just be straight up smart fighting.
Yeah. No, I mean, you're right. And now he's sticking with it. He's got that body part. It's the body part he wants for his signature hold nonetheless. And this really, on top of the fact that it sets up Anthony Henry to be put in that twist ending. The other big factor about this that we have to consider, Jesse, is think of all the offensive weapons that are out of Anthony Henry's repertoire if that arm is dead weight.
Right.
I mean, it takes a lot of stuff out of the playbook. That's going to be something to watch, but it doesn't take away those big right-handed chops.
It does not, but Anthony Henry he relies very heavily on strikes, and if you don't have both arms, you've got 50% of your striking.
That's a great point. He does throw from both sides. And that's a big part of this game.
Look at Cain's chest.
Yeah, it's beat.
A glimpse of it. There it is.
It's beat up pretty bad. And Cain going for a version of a Fujiwara arm bar there. Never really got the torque you need. And Anthony laid out the right way. Good defensive grappling. Nice sunset flip. I wonder if Cain was trying to lure him in there. He really telegraphed that.
Back and forth. Seesaw action.
Pitches him off. Throwing those kicks. Nice. And he's going to the ankle. Yes, he is. He turned it over to the ankle.
Cain's got to get an escape. He's got to get the ropes.
It was almost like those kicks were thrown just to get to that point. Sometimes you see guys who will throw a kick almost hoping that the guy traps it and counters it so they can get down on the mat. That's what we see here. Cain not in a good position. He's in the center of the ring. He's pleading with our referee, Daryl Hall.
Oh, no.
Back kick, and that may have been low, and now he's got the arm. He's got the arm. There's the twist ending. That's it.
That could be it.
That may be it. Anthony's going for the run. That's it.
He was so close.
Huge upset. Cain Justice gets the W.